Hello and welcome to the Wheel of Crime podcast, the podcast where two ladies play games, shout profanities, and laugh way too often. Also, this podcast does cover topics of sensitive nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to the Wheel of Crime podcast. My name is Jenn.
My name is Emily, and I just got the sniffles randomly in the middle of that sentence, so that was cool. Super congested.
God damn it.
It's fine.
You're literally always sick. I swear to God.
No, actually, though. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. How was your last week been, Jen?
It's been good. I'm officially a homeowner. We haven't closed yet. We, removed conditions on our new townhome. So, it's a done deal. We close in early January. So, time to start packing up my shit.
Well, that'll be exciting because I'll see you for your birthday, obviously, because that's in January. And then whenever you close on the house, I'll be seeing you again, but with champagne that time. Actually, probably with champagne both times. Actually,
yeah.
Do we even like champagne, or do we prefer Prosecco?
I don't know that we've actually ever indulged in real champagne.
I was thinking that too. I feel like we've done a lot of fake champagne. Maybe we'll splurge and do real champagne.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, your week's definitely a lot more exciting than mine's been. I've been getting over being sick again, and then just playing a lot of Pokemon. And I'm trying to finish that stupid Monster Fucker book I started however long ago it was.
That was forever ago. Dude, read more. I've read 3 books in the span that you've been working on that one. And I don't read that much. You usually fucking dome me with the amount of books that you read.
I know. Well, here's my problem specifically with this one is I'll pick it up and I'll be I'll just read a couple chapters, but the chapters themselves are so long. So it's very hard to do nice paced reading. You have to
you have to have a commitment amount of time.
Yeah, it's like a commit but a not commit, because I'm more if I'm reading something that's meant to be a fluffier, simple read, then I kind of expect it to be more bite-sized. If you're doing longer chapters, that's fine. But then there needs to be more things happening. It feels like just sometimes the chapters are really dragging into very specific types of things, which is fine. But I'm I don't know. There's certain things, it's a Monster Fucker book, so obviously it's crazy and it's fun sometimes. But this one specifically likes to get into the domestics of the couple's relationship a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, what house life looks for them in these different things, which is fine to for people who are more of a fluffy romance kind of reader. But for me, it's very weird for it to be both a Monster Fucker book and a fluffy romance. I'm having a little bit of a challenge, I think, trying to see if I like that dynamic or not.
Right.
I usually just like the craziness of the Monster Fucker books, not necessarily the what does house life look for the two of them? Let's go to the market. I don't know how I feel about stuff like that. I don't know if I care for it, but whatever.
I'm currently reading, Rebecca Yaros, who does Fourth Wing and all those books.
Oh, yeah.
So she actually has written a few, maybe it's just one, I don't know. I think she's got a few standalone, just straight up real life romance type books. So I'm reading one of those right now, and I actually really like it. It's called
You do like your contemporary romances.
Yes, The Things We Leave Unfinished, and it's such a unique plot in the way that she tells the story. Basically, without any spoilers, it's about this woman who's newly divorced, and her great grandmother has died and left her great grandmother was an author and left her great granddaughter her literary legacy. And it's kind of the family dynamics of the main character, her mother, and why her mother didn't get the rights and the money and the house and all that shit. And there's this one book that she didn't finish because it was about her great grandmother's personal life during World War II, her first love, who, you know, like didn't, we find out like immediately that the first love that she married didn't make it. Like he died in the war somehow, but we don't know like what happened. And the mother tries to sell the book from out under her, and then she ends up agreeing, and this man who is, you know, kind of like they're like in an enemies to lovers situation right now, where he's trying to finish her book, but she doesn't respect him, but like, you know, so they're going back and forth about the ending. And then intermittent is the book. So there's like this whole like World War II romance like interspliced amongst all of this.
Oh, okay. Huh. That actually does sound really neat. I'm not really into contemporary or modern romances, but that does sound really cool.
I feel like you might like it. Like, I feel like it's interesting enough that I think you would like it. I'll finish it and then I'll tell you.
Okay,
if you should
that sounds good. Because I've read Rebecca Yarros before, obviously, with reading Fourth Wing, and just not the rest of them yet because it takes me forever. But no, that'd be fun. And then yeah, I've been seeing a lot recently about a different book that you and I signed to reading on together, kind of, not really. The Stalker romance book. I've seen a lot of people talking about that one again, also as being like a really, really fun read. And even though that one's like a modern romance, I would still consider it just because apparently the banter is really nice. And I do love a good book with good banter.
I think you would like the one I'm reading then, if you like that kind of thing. But yeah, I forgot about the Stalker romance that we are going to read after you finish Iron Flame.
I know our list just keeps getting longer and longer, but
I know.
Should I spin the wheel here and start quizzing you some questions?
Yeah, we've been yapping forever, so yes.
Love a yap. All right, but let's get into it. If you had to have a horror element to you being a ghost, what would you pick? When I say horror element, I mean, let's assume in this world, it is guaranteed when you die you become a ghost. But you have like you can manifest in any kind of way, but it is always going to be horrifying to the people who are seeing you manifest. So what would that be?
I see.
So like, I feel like it's very like stereotypical like horror story-ish if there's like blood coming out from the walls when the ghost shows up or throwing things or whatever. What specific element of ghostly existence would you want to be the manifestation?
See, if I'm going with just what I think would be like terrifying, I would only manifest to people who are alone at night, and there would be blood coming out of my eyes and my mouth, and they would drip on them.
Dude, you and I are so similar sometimes. When I thought about this, I was like, I would want to manifest to people who are home alone. But like, to be the shadow figure in the corner of their eye that they can't quite catch every time they turn around.
Oh my god, I hate that.
Yeah! Oh my god. Because I was like, that'd be so fun. Or, I do really love the throwing things thing. But I'm not like, I feel like as a person, I'm not super destructive. I would more so want to be like inconvenient if I was doing something poltergeisty. But since it's not poltergeist and we're going with the ghost route, that's what I went with, was shadow person in the corner of your eye when you're home alone.
See, we could team up and you could do that, and then right when they think that they see you, I show up with like the blood coming out.
I love that for us. That'd be such a
That'd be so
bit.
spooky.
That'd be so spooky. You'd be even spookier if we didn't just do it around Halloween, but we just did it all year round.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just like when people are alone in like their apartment at night and they're like already kind of freaked out.
Alone in the woods.
Ah!
Yeah. All right. I love that we're teamwork. We're teamworking. But let's spin for our next question.
Okay.
What's the scariest part about ghosts for you?
I think, like, personally, the scariest part of them is the unknown aspect. Like, because I don't really believe in ghosts, but, like, that's still spooky, you know? So, like, the idea that, like, something like that could latch on to you, or that it could, like, you know? Like, when I watch a horror movie and they're like, oh, it was in the house, but they moved and it's still like latched onto them,
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
fucking spooky.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Like I feel like when people think of ghosts, they usually think of ghosts just being attached to the house. But you're right, it does make it way scarier when it's like, no, it comes with you. And it's like, why?
It moved with me? Why?
What did I do? Is it my stuff?
You can never escape it now.
Yeah, you're like, does it like my stuff? Does it like me?
I'll burn it all to the ground.
You're right. The scariest part about ghosts to me, I feel like there's definitely a lot, and it also depends on like if you're thinking about like specific types of ghost universes, I guess. I don't know. But if we're going off of like what people typically understand to be ghosts, I don't love this is kind of similar to what you said, but the possession aspect where like somebody's literally changing into a different person right in front of your eyes, like that's scary.
Yeah. Like the shape-shifting aspect.
Yeah, like the more insidious side, I guess, to ghosts, because like it's less so that it's following you and more like no, it's like becoming you, like you're disappearing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Ick. Nasty. I hate it.
Disgusted.
Gross. Yeah. No, don't like it.
Ugh.
So then let's spin for our next question. If you died and became a vengeful ghost, what kind of revenge would you look for?
If I definitely would. That's not even a question.
Oh, I know you would. But specifically, what kind of revenge? I feel like there's so many different types of revenge that like ghosts can exact on people. Like there's always like, you know, the woman who pushes men down the stairs because a man pushed her down the stairs and she died or something.
That would be
like,
funny.
It would be really funny. So then, like, in what ways have you been wronged in life where you're like, if I was to come back and like do a specific kind of revenge to people, I would be this kind of revenge ghost.
You know what would be evil is to like go to like a group where people are like having a fight or something and then like whisper in the ears of everyone else, be like, get her. I'll turn on her and like influence them to turn on one person.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty good. Like the mind control thing.
Yeah, I would be a mind control vengeance ghost.
I do like that.
I would seek out all of my enemies, which I don't really have any, but I would make enemies so that I could turn people against them.
See, that's what I'm saying. Let's be making enemies, because then you can come up with more creative ways to get revenge when you die. See,
or I would do something really petty, like, you know,
right?
I would do like really petty things, like microaggressions to people.
Yeah.
I think that could just be fun.
No, that would be really fun. To continue off my bit that I started, it could be like they have one reusable bag and then they open it up and it's actually like 200 reusable bags, and then they're like, how did they all get here?
Exactly.
And it was just
how
you.
Did they
you
get
were
all...
like, guess what?
You know what? I think every adult actually has about 4 million reusable bags and they use like one.
Dude, that's why I brought it up, because when you were going through things, I was like, when did I go through my reusable bags? Because I just have them literally stashed in the bottom of a closet somewhere. I have like 50 of them, and I was like, I didn't even know I had some of these. I've got a bunch in my car, which is where I actually use them.
I know. They're like a plague on this earth.
And they multiply. They're having babies. Baby bags in my closet.
Ugh. What about you? How would you exact your revenge?
I love the idea of being petty, but I feel like I also want to be like a little bit insidious and spooky while I'm at it. So I feel like mine would be to like lure people up into an attic where there's an open window or something, and then just like push them out of it.
Push them out. When you said pushing men down the stairs, like that would actually be a funny bit. I might do that as well.
And see, that one's pretty good too. Like I always picture in my mind, like in Scooby-Doo, how they have the portraits with like the eyes that move to follow people.
Yeah.
And my thought is that like you'd be the ghost that's like in the portrait at the top of the stairs, and then when you see a man come up, your eyes are like moving to watch him like go up the stairs, and then when he gets to the top, you're just like, eh! And back down he goes.
Just a little push.
Yeah, just a little beep bop right back down the stairs.
That would be so good, honestly.
And be like one of those like spiral staircases too, right?
So it just keeps going.
So they just keep
all
going.
the way to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that'd be a good one too.
I would.
Right? No, that's good. Well, let's spin for our last question then.
Spin away, Em.
What would be the one thing that would push you over the edge and make you into specifically an evil ghost? Because again, this is in a world where we're just assumed that you die, you become a ghost. The end. So I feel like a ghost is one thing, and evil ghost is another thing.
I think what would push me over the edge. I'm trying to think. Oh, if they like dressed me in business casual at my funeral. That would push me over the edge. I never
thought about that. Oh my god. No, that would do it. Imagine if somebody
That would be my villain origin story.
No, I feel like what would be your villain origin story is if somebody dressed you up like when we were in high school and put you in like a One Direction t-shirt with like a blazer over top.
So like how you were dressed.
Yeah, and then buried you like that. Like, oh my god, that would totally do. That would do me in, actually, if somebody did that. I'd be like, you desecrated my corpse? Why?
Literally. Like, why are we dressing people in business casual?
Right? See, I was thinking in my head something more dramatic. I'm like, I guess if I had, like, a family legacy of some kind that I built and then somebody just, like, blew it up after I died, maybe I'd want to come back as an evil ghost, but... honestly, burying me in business casual is basically the same thing, so.
It literally is. Like, that's a hate crime.
That is a hate crime. Like, how much did you have to dislike that person? It's like at that point, just bury me in a clown costume. I probably wouldn't even haunt you. I'd be like, you know what? You got me
I'd
there.
prefer that, to be honest.
I'd be like, you know what? I was a clown, wasn't I? That's a keen observation, my friends.
God, like eternally buried in fucking flats with a pointy toe. Can you imagine having to come back as a
ghost, wearing your ghost outfit, and it's business casual? A chunky necklace. Yeah, a chunky necklace.
Like I would re-kill myself, I think.
Oh my god. No, that'd be funny because then other ghosts would be like, oh my god, when did you die? Like 2012? And you'd be like, no!
2025.
2025. Yep, 10 years out of date. It's very sad. Surrounded by haters. They came to my funeral.
Literally, I'm sorry. If you dress me in business casual, you are my hater. You're praying for my downfall, even when I'm dead.
I was gonna say at that point, I think it's just making use of your downfall if you're already dead. But
so mad.
I feel like you're not gonna guess my story today, which is fine. I did not expect.
It's an evil ghost or a poltergeist.
I mean, it is an evil ghost. That is true.
Hell yeah.
That. Yeah.
I'm so smart.
Absolutely. So, I'll just go into my description, and you can tell me if you've heard of this before, which I don't think you have, but you surprise me sometimes. So, the Teke Teke is a Japanese urban legend about the ghost of a schoolgirl where her body was split in half by a train after she became stuck. She's considered something called an onryo, or a vengeful spirit, who lurks in urban areas and roams train stations at night. Since she no longer has a lower body, she travels by on her hands, dragging her upper torso and making a scratching or teke teke sound, produced by either her elbows or the ends of her bisected body scraping on the ground. If she encounters an individual, she will chase them and slice them in half at the waist, killing them in such a way that mimics her own disfigurement.
That's terrifying.
I literally was making my notes.
I don't want to meet her.
Well, do you know her?
No, it does remind me of the one that lived in the toilet or whatever. But
It's the one of the same types of spirits. So I believe the toilet ghost is also an onryo. But yeah, I was making my description for this story, and I was like, I've done a lot of descriptions for things that I talk about, and this was really fucking spooky.
I'm scared. It's like, nighttime, oh Emily.
It's nighttime. I mean, it's been nighttime since 5 p.m. where we're at, so we were never going to be safe.
Yeah, but it's so dark.
For me, it was specifically her bisected body making a Teke Teke sound. I was like, excuse the fuck out of me. Excuse me. What do you mean? That's too much. What do you mean? That's crazy. Too much.
That's so spooky.
I'll just get into it because I feel like we had a good, strong start into how my story was going to go. So, common elements of the legend of the Teke Teke include that the Teke Teke is a vengeful ghost or spirit of a young woman or schoolgirl who fell on a railway line in northern Japan, which resulted in her being sliced in half by a train. She survived the accident but was in agony, and then she was neglected by the station staff and died. Missing her lower extremities, she is said to walk on her hands or her elbows, making a scratching or scraping sound like Teke Teke. And as she moves, or she makes the sound as she moves, hence how she got the name Teke Teke. If a individual encounters her at night, she will chase them and cut their body in half, often with a scythe, mimicking her own death and disfigurement out of spite. One version of the story concerns a young woman known as Kashima Reiko. With the original iteration of the legend, her name is Kashima Reiko. And with the original iteration of the legend, Kashima died when her legs were severed from her body by a train after she fell on the tracks. Versions of the legend often state that when an individual learns of Kashima's story, she will appear to them within 1 month. And the only way to stop this from happening is to spread the story. So she also used to be a big part of chain emails. Remember those?
Yes. Oh, yes. What an icon.
So her story was also used a lot for chain emails because it would say this story of what's happened to her and be like, this is going to happen to you if you don't forward it to 10 of your friends.
That's so funny. Right? Those used to scare the shit out of me.
Oh, me too. Well, probably because we were like literally, 11? But yeah, it's weird to think about now that that's like not really a thing anymore.
I know, but I'm so sad that the chain email trend died.
Bring chain emails back. Bring them back.
Literally, I'm going to send some right now.
Dude, that'd be so
to
funny. You. Just to me. You're gonna get
if you do not 10. Send this to 10 people, you will die.
Dude, if I got a chain email like that, if I got a chain email like that today from one of my actual in real life friends, I would, is the thing. I'd be like, oh my god, this is so funny. Here you get you guys need to look at this now. But anyways, I'll keep going. So she'll appear to them within 1 month, and the only way to stop this from happening is spreading the story. The Kashima Reiko story predates that of the Teke Teke. They're just very similar. So essayist Yuki Yoshida suggests the two stories influenced each other, and the legless spirit of Kashima Reiko is said also to haunt bathroom stalls, asking occupants if they know where her legs are. If the questioned individual replies with an answer that Kashima does not find acceptable, she will rip or slice them in half. Individuals may survive the encounter. Yeah. Could you imagine going to the
question for the class, what's an acceptable answer just in case asking for a friend?
Not for me, for a friend. Yeah. So I actually do have an answer for that. So you have to tell her that her legs are on the Meishin Expressway, or by responding with the phrase Kamen Shinen Ma, or Mask Death Demon, which people kind of think might be the phonetic root of Kashima's name. But basically, if she pops out of the bathroom stall and you're like, bitch, why ain't you got no legs? And she's like, where are my legs? You gotta tell her, oh, they're on the train. Or she will cut you in half.
Train.
On the train.
On the train. File that in the back of my brain just in case.
Yeah.
On the train.
or specifically the Meishin Expressway, which might be a road. But either way, we will make it. We will make it through this one.
Okay.
So we are not getting cut in half. You got to remember this for when you send your emails later, you know? These are all very important.
Exactly.
These are very important details. So
Don't worry, I'm drafting one right now.
Then the children's song Sanchan or Satchan is sometimes associated with the urban legend and rumors and scary stories, tying the lyrics, "She really loves bananas but can only eat half," when they're talking about the missing lower half of the spirit. One popular, which kids are so crazy, dude. I cannot imagine being a child and first of all learning that there is a woman who will cut you in half because her legs got eaten by a train or something. But then in that song, it's like she can't eat bananas because she can only have half. Sassy. I'll tell you what, those kids braver than me. But missing the lower half of the spirit. One popular version of the story spread online says that after a young girl named Tsuchiko Kiritani died in a train accident similar to the one described in the story of the Teke Teke, a student that found the situation funny created a new version of the song, adding a fourth verse describing the situation, later being found dead without his legs soon after. So that's kind of like her story and the similar stories of Japan spirits or Japanese spirits that like are cut in half and do freaky shit. But remember when I called her an onryu or onro, or I'm not totally 100% sure on the pronunciation, but a revenge spirit. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what a revenge spirit is, and then also some more examples of popular revenge spirits, I guess, in Japan, because I thought that was really neat.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Japanese traditional beliefs and literature, onro or onryu, the vengeful spirits, sometimes also known as wrathful spirits or hatred spirits, resentful spirits, ruthless spirits, envious spirits, dark spirits, fallen spirits, or downcast spirits, I feel like we understand the theme here, are a type of ghost, also known as a yuri, believed to be capable of causing harm in the world of the living, injuring or killing enemies, or even causing natural disasters to exact revenge or vengeance and redress the wrongs it received while alive, then taking their spirits from their dying bodies. Onryo are often depicted as wronged women who are traumatized, envious, disappointed, bitter, or just infuriated by what happened during life and exact revenge in their death. These kinds of ghosts appear extremely revengeful, ruthless, heartless, brutal, cruel, deranged, egotistical, selfish, bloodthirsty, and cold-hearted.
Okay, but like if a man ghost did the same thing, would they call him egotistical? That's what I want to know.
Aha! I thought you'd say something like that because that was what I thought. I was like, okay, so women who were wronged and they were upset about them getting revenge, why? And then it just went on about how fucking nasty these women were, these bitches. And I was like,
Just saying, they had it coming.
I'm just saying, I've rarely found a woman who was upset for a reason that I didn't understand. So, just saying.
You know what? I feel like they weren't wrong. They had it coming. That's all I'm going to say.
Just saying. So then, Emperor Sutoku, Taira no Masakoto, and Sugawara no Michizane are called the three great onryu of Japan, the Nihon Sendai Onryu, because they are considered to be the most powerful and revered onryu in Japanese history. After they died with resentment and anger, there was a series of deaths of political opponents, natural disasters, and wars, and the rulers enshrined them as kami and deified them into Shinto shrines to appease the resentment and anger that had turned them into onryu. Onryu are used as subjects in various traditional Japanese performing arts, such as no, kabuki, and raguko. For example, hanya is a no mask representing a female onryu. So, I can't attest to no, rakugo, or hanya, but I know that kabuki is, like, you probably know what this is. It's a Japanese play, so they always wear these masks. It's a lot of, I know they have a history of men performing the female roles in these plays. But we've definitely seen examples of this before. So that would be an example of that. And then the Japanese people's reverence for onryu has been passed down to the present day. The head mount of Taira no Masakoto, or Masakado Zuka, or Shomenzuka, is located between skyscrapers near Tokyo Station and was to be moved several times as part of urban redevelopment projects, but each move resulted in the death of a construction worker and a series of accidents. Although the buildings surrounding the Taira no Masakoto Mount have been rebuilt many times, the mound has remained intact between the high-rise buildings. Even today, the mound is carefully maintained for this reason. The term Goryeo, or Goro, is often used as a synonym for Onryo, or Onro, but the term Goro is more commonly used to refer to the Onro, or Onryo, I'm just going to keep saying what I've been saying, that have become the object of the people's reverence after a noble person has died a politically unjust death. Goryeo Shinko refers to the belief that the onryo of people who have died unfortunate deaths cause hauntings and disasters, and the belief that they are enshrined as kami to appease them. And while the origin of the onryo is unclear, belief in their existence can be traced back to the 8th century and was based on the idea that powerful and enraged souls of the dead could influence, harm, and kill the living. The earliest onryo cult that was developed around the Prince Nagaya, who died in the year 729. So this is a long history.
He old.
Right? And the first record of possession by an onryo spirit affecting health is found in the chronicle Shoku Nihongi, which is from the year 797, which states that Fujiwara Hirotsoko soul-harmed Genbo to death, Hirotsoko having died in a failed insurrection named Fujiwara no Hirotsoko Rebellion, after failing to remove his rival, the priest Genbo, from power. So, a spirit basically possessed Hirotsoko, and he died after not being able to remove his rival, who was also a priest, from power. So there's a very, spiritual element already with it being a priest versus, as being the rival. But then on top of that, they're like, right. And there was an intervention of an evil spirit, which I thought was interesting.
That is a very interesting dynamic that I feel like we don't hear about that often.
No, you normally hear people when they are in positions of power, it's usually somewhat of a royal lineage, but spiritual leaders are also considered persons of power, so it is interesting that they would be the rival in this case.
Mm-hmm.
So then, according to the belief of Ikuro, a person's soul or spirit exists naturally when it is stable or in balance. When too much hatred or resentment brews, it can become separated from the body and results in the spirit becoming an onryu. This can also occur in individuals who die an untimely death. Traditionally in Japan, onryu driven by vengeance are thought capable of causing not only their enemy's death, but as in the case of Hirotsuko's vengeful spirit being held responsible for killing the priest Genbo, but also causing natural disasters such as earthquakes, fires, storms, drought, famine, and pestilence. As in the case of Prince Sawara's spirit, embittered against his brother, the Emperor Kanmu. In common parlance, each vengeance exacted by supernatural beings or forces is termed Tatari. So, basically, the example I gave you before is an example of an onryu based off of vengeance. And then from that point, they kept coming up, especially in stories related to, the emperors and their families and stuff, which I feel like is a pretty normal escalation as far as storytelling goes. But this is where they loop in things like, natural disasters are now a part of what the spirits can accomplish and stuff like that. Then
they're getting more powerful.
Exactly. Then the Emperor Kanmu had accused his brother Sawara, possibly falsely, of plotting to remove him from the throne. Sawara was then exiled and died by fasting. According to a number of scholars, which that is so sad, for many reasons. But according to a number of scholars, the reason that the emperor moved the capital to Nagaoka-kyo, thence to Kyoto, was an attempt to avoid the wrath of his brother's spirit, according to a number of scholars. This not succeeding entirely, the emperor then tried to lift the curse by appeasing his brother's ghost and by performing Buddhist rites to pay respect, granting Prince Sawara the posthumous title of emperor. So now we're also kind of seeing, we saw the results of what the vengeful spirits could do, and the fact that they were real to people back then. And now we're seeing what people are doing to try and fix the problems that they're causing by creating these spirits of revenge.
I see. I feel like I don't know that a double negative necessarily equals a positive, but I understand the vibes of what they're trying to do.
Exactly. And then we have a well-known example of appeasement of the Onryu spirit is a case called Sugawara no Michizen, who had been politically disgraced and died in exile. It was believed to cause the death of his culminators in quick succession, as well as catastrophes, specifically lightning damage, and the court tried to appease the wrathful spirit by restoring Michizane's old rank and position. Michizane became deified in the cult of Tenjin, with the Tenman-gu shrines erected around him. And then, possibly, the most famous Onryu is Oiwa from the Yotsuwa Kaiden. In this story, the husband remains unharmed. However, he is the target of the Onryu's vengeance. Oiwa's vengeance on him is not physical retribution, but rather psychological torment. So then, those are just examples of the 3 most popular ones in Japanese literature as far as, like, the history of the Onryu.
Right.
Which was definitely all over the place because I had to do some translating on my part as to who played what role in a lot of this stuff, but I feel like I got it mostly communicated. Probably still a little bit confusing because I also don't speak Japanese, but I tried my best. There are other examples of Onryu, such as a story called how a man's wife became a vengeful ghost and how her malignity was diverted by a master of divination, which is a story from a medieval collection called the Kanjaku Monogatsurishu. An abandoned wife is found dead with a head full of hair intact and her bones still attached. The husband, fearing retribution from her spirit, asks a diviner for aid. The husband must endure while grabbing her hair and riding astride her corpse. Which, what the fuck does that mean? I would love to tell you. I don't know. She then complains of a heavy load and leaves the house to go looking, presumably for her husband. But after a day, she gives up and returns, from which the diviner is able to complete the exorcism with an incantation.
Damn.
So then, another one is called A Broken Promise. In this tale from the Izumu area recorded by Lafkaido Hearn, a samurai vows his dying wife never to remarry. He soon breaks his promise, and the ghost of the deceased wife murders her husband's new young bride, ripping her head off. A watchman chases down the apparition, and while slashing his sword, recites a Buddhist prayer, destroying the ghost of the dead wife. And yeah, I think that's it. I originally had more written down, but I was a little worried on how we'd run on time and stuff, because I knew I wanted to keep today's a little shorter than just going on forever about the 1 million stories of revenge ghosts, because I feel like I've done that already a few times. But anyway, those are some examples of just kind of like what an Onryu is, and revenge spirits, and also of the Teke Teke and her creepy little thing that she loves to do, and also how to protect yourself from her, and to forward this to 10 of your friends in email.
Speaking of, Emily, you should check your email.
Stop. You didn't. Oh my god. Please read. Is this like an old one you found, or is this one you just made?
It's an old one that I found.
Okay. Please read. I love how it's like to Emily, CC'd Emily, and also CC'd Emily again.
I wasn't sure which email address you used, so I put all of them.
That's really funny. Okay, I'm gonna read this out for you guys. ... Stop! Okay. First, you have to send this to at least 15 people. If you send this to 0 people, you will have bad luck for the rest of your life. 5
That's
people.
a threat.
5 people. Your crush will ignore you until your dying day. 10 people. And your crush will ask you out. 15 people. And your crush will kiss you on the cheek. 20 people. And your crush will kiss you on the lips. 25 people. and your crush will add some tongue plus all of the others. Woo! Filthy people. And your crush will do much more. The freaky thing about this email is after you send this to at least 15 people, come back onto this email and press shift and then F4 and you will see something amazing. It was so cool and freaky at the same time. So start sending. You only have 15 minutes to send this. Go!
Honestly, though, like, I remember getting those emails and being stressed. Like, oh my god, when did my 15 minutes start? Is it now? Or was it when they sent it?
15 minutes start. My favorite was always the ones where it's like, there's a ghost attached to this email. If you do not forward this to 20 people, you will be dead by midnight. And every time I was like, I'm not taking that chance. I got a lot to live for.
I'm only 8. I can't die yet.
No, my life has barely started, and now this ghost attached to this email is gonna get me.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But yeah, chain emails, man, bring them back. Bring
back chain emails.
Like, they used to give me something to live for, you know?
Right? But what do you think of today's story? And do you think you've heard of the Teke Teke before?
I definitely haven't heard of her. I know we've talked about some Japanese revenge ghosts before, but they're always so interesting. Like, the specifics of their stories is, like, what I find the most interesting. Like, why they're seeking revenge. Yes. And how. Because I feel like they're doing it in very unique ways that are terrifying.
Yeah, a big one for me is always, I don't know why there is such fear around bathrooms, because this isn't the first time I've covered a ghost story specific to a bathroom.
Dude, it's like The Grudge. It's like, in that movie, her hair comes like out of the like bathtub drain. And when I first saw that movie, I was like, okay, I can never take a bath ever again. Like, it's gonna get me.
Oh my god. Yeah, or like, I've noticed this specifically with East Asian stories, but they're always a little bit gruesome also. Like, people don't shy away so much from the more gory details. I feel like most North American horror is usually not so much gruesome in the storytelling, but it's usually just kind of like eerie or spooky. When I'm talking about other countries, though, there's always just like a little bit more nuance to certain things that I really appreciate.
Dude, I 100% agree. I feel like Japanese horror cinema, that's the spooky shit. That is the spooky shit.
I was gonna say, you and your husband, who are both connoisseurs of the film industry, I've only heard maybe 20 million times about how scary specifically East Asian films are, and I'm like, I'm good. I do not need to see a horror movie that will give me literal nightmares for the rest of my life.
Dude, some of them have scarred me, so
I believe that.
In a good way.
Well, that I think is probably up to debate.
It's debatable?
That's debatable. But yeah, if you like today's story, you can always give us a follow on wherever you're listening to our podcast. You can also leave us a review. 5 stars is always appreciated if you can afford one. That would be superb. And then we have our website, which is www.wheelofcrime.com if you want to check us out on there. We have our email, which is wheelofcrime@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. We have a Patreon, which is Wheel of Crime at Patreon. And we have social media, which is on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Wheel of Crime. And we do keep our forum up for listener stories open all year round, I'm pretty sure at this point, so.
Yes, and we are going to do, we missed our Halloween one, but we are going to do an extra long, extra good listener story episode coming up here. So stay tuned for that. Get your stories in.
Yes, you guys have been gifted an extension period on submitting listener stories. So if you were concerned about missing Halloween, that's okay. I didn't plan on getting literally so sick I couldn't speak or move for like a week. So maybe things happen for a reason.
Exactly.
So here's your chance. And then we'll come to you guys more when we have a better date on when that's going to happen. But besides that, I think that's pretty much much it. What do you think, Jen?
Yes, that's it. That's all. And we'll see you next week for another new episode. Okay, bye.
Bye.